I've been looking into the Kansas juvenile justice system for nearly a year. Here's what I found. Families saying it's a broken system, a prosecutor claiming it has no teeth, and a former judge defending the system. In the middle of our reporting, Kansas lawmakers passed a bill they hope improves it. But first, I want to introduce you to the family of Jared Rogers. The 25-year-old was the victim in a 2022 homicide case in Shawnee.
The loss of a life is irreparable. You can't replace it, you can't fix it, you can't sprinkle fairy dust on it and bring them back. There is no cure.
Somebody missed the warning signs before.
In this case, Johnson County prosecutors charged 5 teenagers. The oldest teen charged, an 18-year-old at the time, had a long juvenile record. Through our reporting, we found out he was on probation just 2 months before Jared's alleged murder. We discovered this case exposes some of the system's ongoing frustrations.
I'll give it all to you if you give me my son back.
A feeling of emptiness overwhelms Rusty and Jody Blum. Reminders of their son Jared are all around them. Like his cars, they just collect dust.
We try not to touch them because all of it just brings back bad memories.
Someone was in the parking lot behind Pega's with a head wound.
November 30th, 2022 constantly fills their minds.
This happened on my birthday, and he's always the last call of the night on my birthday.
That call never happened. Instead, a police officer knocked on their door.
He said, I had to come to tell you that your son Jared has been involved in a violent crime. That's all they would tell me.
What went through your mind at that point?
Is he gonna be okay? What happened? How do I get to him?
Police say Jared had been shot and left in the parking lot behind this Shawnee restaurant. His family rushed to the hospital. The doctor's news still haunted Jody when we spoke with her this past summer.
She said, I don't know how to tell you this. There's nothing more we can do for your son. And my heart just stopped.
Days after the shooting, prosecutors charged 5 teens in Jared's death, including 18-year-old Fernando Reyes Lara. Court documents obtained by the I-Team detailed a plot to rob a man during a marijuana deal, a deal that turned deadly. We spoke with Johnson County DA Steve Howe about the case last winter.
This case kind of epitomizes the frustration of a lack of accountability for juvenile offenders.
In Jared's case, Howe charged 4 juveniles and 18-year-old Reyes Lara, a teen with a long criminal record as a minor. He pleaded guilty 7 times to charges like marijuana possession at 14 years old, escalating to firearm possession by a felon when he was 17. Throughout the course of his time in the system, he spent nearly 2 months in the juvenile detention center and 2 days in adult detention. The rest, probation. Howe says it wasn't enough to stop the cycle. And remember, this is all before someone shot Jared Rogers.
We create these situations where we see, in this instance, where a person has multiple violations in their juvenile system, and then they graduate to adult status, and they're continuing to reoffend, and in these instances, committing even more serious offenses.
Howe blames Senate Bill 367, passed by Kansas lawmakers in 2016. The law's intent? To reduce the number of children behind bars and instead keep them with their families. Howe says the law made it more difficult to hold dangerous and repeat young offenders accountable, and they knew it.
I will tell you, I've had probation officers come up to me and say, kids laugh at us because there's no accountability, there's no consequences.
We checked, and Johnson County's Department of Corrections director backs him up, writing, juveniles have let our officers know they are aware of these limitations.
If you asked me, I don't think this works.
That's especially troubling to Howe, who says 60% of the people charged with murder in Johnson County in 2022 were juveniles.
If there are no consequences for bad action, you create really a bigger problem for yourself. And that's what we've done in our juvenile justice system.
Well, I disagree. I do believe there's consequences.
Thomas Foster is a former Kansas District Court judge. He presided over a juvenile offender docket in Johnson County for nearly a decade.
In my career as a judge, my part in shutting down our group homes, juvenile justice group homes, I think I'm more proud of that than anything I did as a judge.
Foster was on the committee that developed and recommended Senate Bill 367. The committee spent more than a year reviewing the entire juvenile justice system in Kansas.
Repeat misdemeanor offenders, the kids that you felt like you really couldn't get a control of, you sent them off to a group home.
But Foster points to a number of studies that show group homes didn't work. A 2022 report indicates his committee's changes were working overall. The number of children placed in the juvenile correctional facility has decreased by 68% since 2013.
Seeing no objection, the court will grant those motions.
During our investigation, we reviewed Reyes Lara's juvenile records with Foster. It's a name he remembers. We wanted his take on the system's consequences in this case. But when you're seeing probation like 6 months here, 9 months there, I mean, is that working?
In most cases, yes.
Jared's mom disagreed, pointing to Reyes Lara's criminal record as a minor.
I saw all the previous ones, yes.
What went through your mind then?
My God, why didn't somebody stop him before now?
So we're adding consequences back into the system.
Just this past legislative session, state lawmakers passed a bill to address concerns raised by critics of SB 367. Here's State Representative Stephen Owens.
And chairman of the Corrections and Juvenile Justice Committee.
What would you say were the biggest issues with SB 367?
There is a group of juveniles in there that really learned how to exploit the system.
Under this legislation that went into effect in July, case lengths can now be extended. Probation can also continue if a juvenile does not fulfill the terms of their probation. And communication is now required between state agencies and state lawmakers. Some young offenders may still receive detention.
We have to recognize that there are some that are those repeat offenders that simply need some time in detention, possibly to recognize where they need to change or to receive that very intensive treatment that can only come when they're in detention.
These are changes welcomed by D.A. Howe, Judge Foster, and Jared Rogers' family.
To repeat offenders, I believe there has to be more consequences.
The court calls 22 CR 3342, State of Kansas versus Reyes Lara.
For Jody and Rusty, they attend every court appearance tied to their son's death. In all 5 cases, it's a 3-hour drive, round trip, every time.
So there's always a court date. It's because there's 5 of them. It's not 1, there's 5. You never get to take a break from it.
The court hearings and issues with the juvenile justice system will fade, but Jared's memory will not.
Hello, you've reached Jared with JKC Party Bus. Please leave a detailed message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you, bye.
At least 3 times a day, Jody listens to Jared's voicemail. It's therapy to help her cope with his loss. You like him to be close by you?
That was my first kid. He's the one who taught me how to take care of the rest of them.
She keeps him close by in this urn, symbolizing he'll always be part of the family's wolf pack, in emptiness, because of a system they say failed them.
He's never coming back from this over something petty.
Now, Jody and Rusty say there could be a path to forgiveness one day for the teens charged in their son's death. In Reyes Lara's case, he's expected to go to trial in February. Now, I reached out to his attorney and got this statement. It says in part, quote, "There is much more to this case than what meets the eye, and I look forward to our day in court because we have a much stronger defense than what the state gives us credit for." We have the full statement on KSHB.com. As for the other 4 teens, one pleaded guilty to aggravated robbery. The rest are still going through the legal system.